Hey guys, welcome back to an all-new episode of a pro wrestling podcast with Matt and friends. I am your host, Matt Kozakowski, and alongside me today is Nightmare Factory's own. He is bad news and tattoos.
All
He is
day.
Carlie Bravo. Carlie, what's up?
What's up, bro? And thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. I'm really excited about this. Ever since I seen you on at AEW Dark, I'm like, dude, this dude has it. He's going to be a big thing, and I'm glad that we're seeing it, man. You're really a standout. You don't see that right off the bat with a lot of people, and you have it, man. I'm really excited.
Thank you, man. I try to be as authentic as I possibly can. Try not to fake the funk and try to keep it as real as possible. So thank you, Brody.
Absolutely. First things first, I want to thank you for your service for the country. I know you were a part of the military.
Thank you, man. Thank you. You hear that, Vivian? Thank you.
Absolutely. I appreciate everything that, you guys do for our country, and, to take that and put it into your character on TV is awesome. I really enjoy it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It's fun. There's nothing better than repping America. Of course, I got Vivian behind me.
Absolutely.
Super excited. I love it. Absolutely. Thank you, brother.
Absolutely. Was that something you always wanted to do with join the military, or was it more?
I don't know if it was ever my plan. I think life kind of just happened that way, and it just worked out. And once I was in, I was in. That's not something that once I'm a 9/11 baby. You know what I'm saying? I was in New York when that went down. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of changes your perspective on things. You know what I'm saying? So fuck it, I was all in, bro.
Yeah. What grade were you in when that happened?
I was in 11th grade when 9/11. Okay. I was in the city in chemistry class.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy.
I was in 4th grade, and I remember that shit happened. Everybody's panicking, and I lived in Illinois, so it was people were scared all over the place. Crazy times, man, and especially living there, that must have been a lot harder for you guys.
Absolutely. It's wild.
So tell us about your time training in the Nightmare Factory. Was that something you've always wanted to do, was get into pro wrestling, or was that something spur of the moment kind of thing too?
It was actually a little bit of both. Actually, a little bit of both. I've always wanted to be a wrestler. That was in my high school yearbook. That's what I wrote. When they said, "Would you want to be 10 years from now and be a pro wrestler?" I never would have expected me walking into the Nightmare Factory and that whole thing coming down the way it did. And, Cody being my coach and QT being my coach, and that whole thing playing out the way it did. It was dope. It was an amazing experience. It still is. I still train. Those are still my coaches, even though they're going through their nonsense, I haven't really QT's not answering nobody's calls. So I can imagine how that's going on that side. But yeah, it's awesome. I met a bunch of lifelong friends. I've learned so much. It's awesome. It's tough. It's one of the toughest things I've ever done, and that's including going to war and stuff. And they do not play. Wrestling is not a game. It is not just glitz and glamour. It is hard work. It is sweat. It is dedication. But it's been awesome. I'm Nightmare Factory. I'm to the casket.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's funny because I've told people numerous times, even on my show, that in the beginning, I wasn't a fan of AEW at all. Right. It was just more of a thing where I just felt like they were talking too much shit about WWE instead of focusing on being their own product. It wasn't until the Nightmare Factory showcase that you were a part of, the first one, that I really realized, AEW is actually trying to showcase their talent everywhere. And they're giving you guys opportunities. I'm a big fan of pro wrestling, so watching that was just so cool to see something different. And seeing you guys get that opportunity, that was something different for me. It was really cool. And I'm like, all right, well, you know what? I can get behind this. I can get behind them caring about other people, giving them a name, showing what you guys are capable of, which is really an awesome feeling.
It's awesome to be showcased at that level so early on in our careers, and to have them, putting the tweets out, coming behind us, releasing us on the YouTube channel and everything like that, was monstrous. It was huge. It put us in a spotlight, kind of like they was giving us their stamp, from the beginning, these are the new guys. I mean, that's Cody literally did that. You know, these are the new guys that I want you guys to look out for. It was surreal, you know, and it definitely, you don't see that anymore. You know, you don't see that, you know, in wrestling for the most part. You know, pro wrestling companies kind of highlight who they want to highlight, who they want to show. They don't really that you see it from the grassroots. And I think that gives you a deeper connection when you can watch somebody like, oh, I remember their first big match on the showcase. So holy smokes, you know, I seen this guy at the showcase. Now he's on AEW. It's phenomenal and it's awesome. And it's an opportunity of a lifetime.
Oh, absolutely. And like I said, I mean, the showcase, there was a couple people that just hardcore stood out to me. You were one, obviously. Josh Breezy was another one.
Big Bree.
Dude, Josh is awesome. I enjoyed talking to him a lot. We've talked about numerous things. And
Breezy is the best. There's only one answer. Josh Breezy.
Well, tell that to Andre Chase, Harlem Bravado, and NXT, because
son, I seen that. I seen that. You know, we might our homie, bro, because I ain't like how that sounded. That was eerily familiar to what my boy be saying.
Absolutely, and it was funny because Josh told me when I was talking to him, he's like, "Dude, I hate that guy. He just said that he's the answer. The answer? No, I am." And I'm like, "Hell yeah, you are, bro." Like,
we got to ask that other answer some more questions. That hell yeah.
I told Josh, I'm like, dude, nobody's seen you really, and I'm like, you're gonna blow up, man. I'm really excited for him.
Yeah, and, awesome. Josh is gonna be awesome. I just seen Josh yesterday. That's my boy.
Yeah, he shouted out at you earlier, and he's like, you better give me my props like I gave you on that show. So
let's put this shit on. Josh Breezy, the answer, the best thing to come out of North Carolina, my boy. You know, you are probably going to be the future of pro wrestling if I don't beat you down first. That's how.
I like it. So what? I didn't really ask you. What made you want to be a pro wrestler? Was it just something you fell in love with, and you were like, "That's just going to be me"? Or
I mean, what doesn't make you want to be a pro wrestler? You know, you've got dudes freaking jacked up on Mountain Dew, super, you know, larger than life. You know, they've got the outfits, they're talking, the charisma, you know, they're speaking things, they're talking with a sense of confidence that you wish that you had when you were a kid. And not only are they talking smack, they're backing it up. They're giving each other shots. You're watching them beat the living shit out of each other. Like, oh my God, you know, it makes you automatically watching that, you know, want to poke your chest out, you know, or at any age, you at least want to be like, yo, I could do that, you know. You might be watching a wrestling event with your friends. You'd be like, yo, I could do that. And your friend's like, there's no way. No, bro, I could beat that guy. Okay. You know, something in you, you know, we all feel it, you know. And that was me. You know, I loved it. You know, I was addicted to it. You could have shot that in my veins growing up. You know, I'd have got high off that. I loved it, you know, growing up. I don't think the love for it ever left. I also love the entertainment factor of it. You know, I love the sport athleticism of it, but I love the entertainment factor of it. You know, I just fell in love with the storytelling and what could be done, you know, telling story through sport. Mind-blowing, you know, so that's what hooked me.
Oh, absolutely. Did you have any favorites growing up, or was it just more like, hey, everything is so cool about it?
Yeah, I mean, you pick your favorites, you know, and then as a fickle wrestling fan, you know, they swap. You know, I was a huge Rock guy. I remember what got me into wrestling, like what triggered it for me was watching Warrior and Hogan. You know, those guys. You're like, all right, you're not gonna change the channel when you see those guys. I'm an Attitude Era baby. You know, I grew up during the Monday Night Wars, so you know, I was flipping the channel both ways. You know, Ric Flair was the man to me, but I was also a fan of like daggone Glacier and Mortis, you know, because I was Mortal Kombat kid, you know, so yeah. I was a pop culture kid. You know, Raven. I was a massive Raven fan growing up. When I used to see him sitting in the crowd, I thought he was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. You know, I kind of stuff now. I mean, The Rock, daggone Stone Cold was the man. Bret Hart was the man. Shawn Michaels was the man. I mean, Kevin Nash. I was a huge Scott Hall kid. X-Pac, I could have swore that I was the 1, 2, 3 kid, or X-Pac, or whoever he decided to be on a Wednesday. I was massively into it. You know, it was awesome. You know, those guys. I mean, I grew up when they were basically showing tits on TV. You know, it was freaking hard. be a massive wrestling fan during those days.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Do you ever go down the street doing the Scott Hall walk?
100%. Between me and you, I still do that. I think I come out the shower, I know I'm clean. But for real, it's bananas.
Oh man, I love it. Yeah, no, dude, it's funny because the first time I ever got into pro wrestling was back in 2003. I've told this to numerous people, is the first match I ever watched was Booker T versus Christian, and seeing Christian wrestle again is so awesome. Dude is a fantastic athlete, but I watched those two fight for the IC title. It was at Bad Blood 2003, and I'm like, dude, this is the shit. This is awesome.
Dude, I was a massive Booker T fan too.
Oh,
you know, man, I was able to watch like a little like cool thing for my life, right? I was able to watch his return match. I remember I watched it with the Big Show, like in the crowd, like sitting next to him, as they told this masterful story, and it was probably one of the most, it was him versus Frankie Kazarian. Holy smokes, this dude still got it. Like he's still kicking ass, like on a real serious level, amazing.
So did you get chills when he came back at the Royal Rumble? Did you watch that?
Of course I did. So you kind of felt it, you can kind of like guys have, it's been happening, like guys that you realize aren't really that old are like, all right, they can still go. They might pop up, you hear the dirt sheets, you hear they might show back up, so when you actually see it, you pop for it, I was super excited. I was more excited when he came to AEW because I didn't know if Royal Rumble was going to be a one-off.
Yeah.
You dig? So it was like, oh, snap. But you're so engulfed in the Rumble. It's like, oh, snap, Christian. And then it's like, oh, snap, whoever else just came back. You know what at AEW, it was like, oh, they gave him music. Oh, Christian got tights on. Oh, he gonna wrestle. All right, let's get it. That's when I was excited because I knew we were going to see longevity here with this one.
Well, him and Kazarian, dude, Kazarian can still go, and he's not getting any younger.
Kazarian can still go. Let me tell you, I was in the ring with Kazarian, and can he still go? I don't think he ever stopped going.
Oh, yeah.
And is a machine. Christopher Daniels is a machine, but Kazarian for real. Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna call this. I think Kazarian's about to go on a small run. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not small. Maybe small is disrespect. I think he's about to go on a serious run. You know what I'm saying? TNT title, maybe. I think that it's been a while since we've seen singles run Frankie Kazarian. He's got a fire under him now.
Oh yeah, dude. When he because he left TNA for a short amount of time, and when he came back when he went to WWE and came back, Kazarian had this whole different feel for him.
Yeah.
And he had the world title match, and it's funny because recently, not too long ago, I was talking about somebody about this, and I said Kazarian deserved to be world champion. At some point, he deserved to be world champion, and people are like, nah, he doesn't have it. I'm like, are you fucking shitting me? Because he has it.
Yeah, he does. And he's so smart in the ring. And I think I think some of his best moments are still coming. AEW found an interesting way in pumping life back into guys that otherwise, you would be like, oh, well, we've seen them for so long. Not that we forgot about them or disrespecting them, but we've seen them for so long. We're going to look at the new hotness. You know what I'm saying? We're going to look at the Buzz Lightyear, and we're going to put Woody on the side for a second. W has kind of shown us that Woody's still shooting. You know what I'm saying? This ain't, this is it. Whether it's just they keep pumping in new talent. We've got guys that are going here, so it's pretty awesome.
Oh, dude, Daniels, kills it. 50 years old, kills it.
Still hits like he's 30. Let me tell you, punch me in the mouth like a 15-year-old child. It was ridiculous. And the man is a genius. He's one of the best coaches up there. I've been fortunate enough to after our match, I think he's kind of taken an interest in me, or a liking to me. So anytime I have a match up there, he's quick to give me a coaching tip or quick to, let me know what he thought and how I could fix things. So it's been a huge blessing, being able to be in those guys' pocket. It's awesome.
Oh, I mean, dude, you've been in matches with names for sure. I mean, last night we seen you against one of the all-time best in Matt Seidel. So I mean, that must have been a really cool feeling being in the ring with somebody like that too.
Yeah, bro. It's been a while. It's been a wild year from Nightmare Factory Showcase to where I'm at right now. Holy smokes, And it was wild to be in the ring with Seidel. It was wild. It was taking that kick to the face because
Oh yeah,
I ate every single piece of that.
I seen that shit, man. I'm like, dude, he just got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, I did. Yes, I did. That's where the match turned. I think right after that is where I think I kind of I think I woke up off the floor. I wasn't really fun. I had a last ditch effort, but we went for it.
You got a couple jabs in before that kick, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, he felt it. I wasn't going out without a fight. I gave it.
Hell yeah! Showing that military background, I like it.
Listen, man, you got to keep the hands up. And I've really been training on that, man. Working on new stuff, trying to really, become a threat up there. Just wrestling, not even up there, just threat in wrestling in general.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, and we're gonna get into that in a little bit here for sure. Was it hard trying to make a name for yourself during the pandemic?
No, not really. I had a different route in wrestling than most. I kind of came in with my own following just from the Atlanta underground hip hop scene. So it was more so like, oh snap, like out here it was more so like, oh snap, Carlie Bravo's about to start wrestling. Then there's this new wrestler, Carlie Bravo. I had already known maybe 98% of the independent wrestling scene in the South because I was a wrestling fan, and I happened to be here and I was big out here. So I was going to shows with all my friends, showing up with 20 people to watch a wrestling show. And they're like, okay, who's this guy with the gold teeth and chains coming to sit in the front row of the wrestling show? Meeting, the Ashton Stars, the Owen Knights, the AC Max, Danny Jordans, meeting people who'd been putting blood, sweat, and tears in the indie scene. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna wrestle, dude. You know what I'm saying? And they were like, go for it, go kill it. Once I got their blessing, I had friends here that helped out the whole process. And then it didn't help who I just happened to bump into and get coached by,
Oh, yeah.
So life just it kind of threw me into the spotlight for me. It was weird.
Now, did you reach out to Nightmare Factory to start training, or did they reach out to you?
I had a friend out here. It was like a legendary wrestler named Murder One. He's the man, big underground wrestler. I told him I wanted him to start training me, and he told me he was not going to be training me at all. He's like, nah, I'm good on that. But I have a friend that I'm going to put your number to, and I'll have him call you. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I didn't think nothing of it. Maybe an hour or two later, I get a phone call and it's like, hey, my name's QT Marshall. I'm Murder One. Gave me your number, bro. Is this Carlie Bravo? And I was like, yeah, this is. Now I'm shocked. This is QT Marshall from freaking AEW television. Like, what's up, bro? He's like, yo, my boy showed me your stuff. I love the work that you're doing out there. Love your music. Love what you're doing out there in Atlanta. You ever thought about really wrestling? He told me you thought about wrestling. You serious about that? And I was like, yeah. He invited me to come by the factory and check it out. I saw it. I already known in my heart that this is something that I wanted to do. I was already, into CrossFit from the military for a long time and doing all that stuff. So I was already physically fit enough to go. And I was like, I'm gonna give it a run. And QT and Cody welcomed me in, and from there the rest is history, dude.
Yeah, no, I mean, dude, like I said, you've been killing it. It's awesome because, like I said, you're a standout to me at least. And I know I've seen a lot of people post online saying how you're killing it. So that's awesome. I didn't know you had a hip hop career. That's different.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. It's I've done a lot. I've lived a life. I have lived quite the life, my friend.
So what do you do when you're not wrestling?
All right, so that's crazy. I've done so much that all I do is wrestle now.
Okay.
So I've done so much, like wrestling is my focus. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going. I'm always training. I'm always trying to learn different things, learn different styles. I'm constantly watching. I've got freaking tape on right now. I'm watching. What are we watching? We're watching a Rocky Romero fight from Defy Wrestling.
Oh no shit. Okay.
Well, I'm constantly studying. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
This is a whole new different game now.
Oh, that's why I love watching like AEW Dark and Elevation, because there's so many wrestlers out there that it's so hard to keep up. Like, I didn't know who Danny Jordan was until I seen her on AEW. I didn't know who David Ali was until I seen him in AEW. Like, I knew Zicky Dice because I watched Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. I watched NWA.
Yeah.
And now you're part of that faction, Overkill, which is so cool because you guys are getting talked about a lot.
Yeah. Shout out my family. Everything okay.
That's dude, I seen the picture that was posted and you were like, you guys were like, this is Overkill. And I'm like, dude, this is gonna be a faction. Like, yeah. It's so cool. So many universal, unique looks, so many different talents there. Now we've seen all you guys individually on AEW Dark and stuff like that. Will there ever be an opportunity or a chance for Overkill to be a team in AEW?
I'll say that AEW knows Overkill is out here, and they're watching. They see what we're doing and they have a very watchful eye on how the game is going. We're focused on, we want to go crazy, like on the indies, a lot of that we're looking at. We have a lot of people. There's a lot of good factions out there. There's a lot of good teams out there, and we want to go. Danny Jordan is the last 3 years, like 3 or 4 years, best female wrestler in the South. David, top wrestler in the South right now. You know what I'm saying? Zicky freaking Dice, outlandish. NA champion. Dagon, NWA television champion. Dagon, just the man. Just killing it everywhere he goes. Now I'm out here, rookie of the year. We're gonna freaking kill this, and we're gonna go to every place. I heard we might go to the Midwest. I heard there's a group out there in Ohio that's doing some fun stuff. What's the 44 guys, the 440 guys, those scary guys out there.
440.
The fun fellas out there. There's a lot of good matchups for us to have out there. And we're looking forward to getting every single one of them. We're going to go collect belts and just collect names and just go nuts.
Oh, I would love to see Overkill versus the Unit. I just had JT Dunn on my show.
Woo! Shout out to that savior. Imagine that savior versus our savior. That's a match I would love to watch.
Oh yeah.
And that's what we're trying to do. Just go out there and have fun. Take this thing on a world tour and have just a blasty blast.
Well, I'll tell you this, man, when it comes to wrestling, like I need it all. I need the look. I need the in-ring. I need the mics. I need everything. Like I need that. And there's something about Overkill that just put that all together for me. And I'm like, dude, this is going to be one of the hottest factions. I guarantee it. Like, and for you to be a part of it, it's going to be so cool to watch, man.
Yeah, it's a blessing. My favorite part about it is that we're all different and we're not trying to be, one singular person. The different is the love of it. I think David Ali is probably one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen, but he's pretty delusional. He really thinks he's people's saviors. I don't know where he got that notion. He talks to a bat. It's banana. I talk to a flag. I can't really say much. Danny Jordan, a real life burn book. Like this is a real woman with a real life burn book that she puts grown women in and makes fun of them for. Wonderful. And Zicky Dice is probably the most charismatic and outlandish person I've ever had. He has like 77 television shows. I don't even know. I can't even keep up with the guy. He's wonderful. And I think that that's what's going to be fun, and put any of us in any kind of, tag or trio or keep the four of us together and you've got money there, and I think we're really going to exploit that,
Dude, I'm so excited for it. Cause like I said, I mean, you guys in the unit are and I want to say the Righteous from ROH. Oh yeah. I love Vincent. I love everything they're doing. You guys are probably my 3 favorite factions in pro wrestling today, except Hit Row too from NXT.
Hit Row just came. I like those guys, man. Shout out to Hit Row. I'm a huge Righteous fan. I love what those guys are doing. We have time. We right now for us to have just started and get the buzz that we have is just freaking awesome. What I'm saying? That like it's like the pieces click together when they. How like in movies, or when things click together, they often glow right before something awesome happens. That's us. When everything clicked, it's like, oh yeah, it worked. And now it's about to go viral. So I'm excited for that.
Oh yeah, dude. It's gonna be a hot run for sure. Everybody's gonna know who Overkill is by the end of 2021. If they don't, they're missing out because you guys have such They'll
have no choice. We're going everywhere.
Oh yeah, absolutely. in AEW, we've seen you team up with Dean Alexander. We've also seen you team up with Shawn Dean, the captain. A lot of people have asked why you and Shawn aren't teaming anymore. What's going on there?
Shawn is the big bro. Shawn is the man. The captain had other orders. AEW needed him to fight another war. And so he still gives me his blessing. He gave me a send-off, walked me to the ring a couple of times, did my thing. So we're still together. If AEW needs us to come back, that line is always open. But right now he's just, we want to get him out there, and have him do his thing. He's down in Miami right now, about to kill it. He was just back on AEW Dark for the first time in a while, fighting JDX of all people, which was awesome. And so, that's how the business is. They put us together. It was a great idea, and it was. We're still out here. I think we might do a couple indie shows. That's my boy. So, whenever the war's calling, that's where I'm at. That's the beautiful thing about Overkill. We all have our own stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? But we're always all together. You get what I'm saying? So it works out perfectly. So whenever Shawn Dean, needs some backup in the trenches, I'm out there.
Oh, dude, I think a lot of people are wanting it because I've seen it all over social media. People asking you guys, like, when are you guys getting there? We'd love to see it again. And Dean Alexander is a great talent. There was something about you and Shawn that just fit so well.
And listen, I suppose I wouldn't go so far as to say that infantry might be overkill. Just watch how things play out. We're all very close. Danny Jordan and Shawn Dean came up together. David Ali and Shawn Dean came up together. We all are very close.
Oh yeah, I would love to see it, man.
You never know.
Oh, I mean, so many different things going on with Overkill. You can always add a captain.
Yes, but we can always add a captain.
Nah, man, I'm really excited to see where your future goes for sure. Now, you guys in the Nightmare Factory aren't signed to contracts with AEW, correct?
No.
So if NXT were to give you a call tomorrow and offer you a contract, would you consider it?
Of course, we wouldn't consider it, right? But if you know anything about me, I'm a Nightmare Factory boy, and Nightmare I go where my flag is at. You dig? It would be an awesome opportunity. You get what I'm saying? And maybe we'll revisit that down the road. But as it stands right now, I have too much to learn where I'm at to even think about that right now. You dig?
No, absolutely, absolutely. And like I said, I mean, you're getting so many opportunities right now, and the way NXT and WWE has been going is with all the contract releases and stuff that they've recently done. I think a lot of people are scared to even consider going over there with all the stuff going on there.
I've been blessed, man. I've been fortunate. I think with everything leaving Jacksonville, we've realized that AEW has provided a platform for a whole lot of indie wrestlers to be seen, right? I was one of the few that was constantly brought back, so I was super blessed. I was, we've seen a lot of people just come one-offs, I've been times, so it's a blessing. They clearly like me. I clearly like them. I clearly like you guys. You get what I'm saying? In case anybody's watching, but they know what it is, and they know that I'm right there. I'm the Prince of Wrestling's golden boy. It's freaking weird,
Oh man. Yeah, no, and it's cool because, like you said, I mean, only a couple of people have been there on Dark so many times, and you and Dean Alexander are two of the Nightmare Factory standouts that have been there so many times, and we don't see a lot of other people. We haven't seen Brooke Havoc a lot. There's other names. We've never seen Josh Breezy on AEW Dark, which I hope that changes. Yep. There's so many names that popped up.
Yes.
What's that?
TSF was just there last night. There are big ones for our boys. But me and Dean got blessed, dude. Dean is the beast to my beauty. Okay. Dean is, I need a good one. Dean is the Lilo to my Stitch. Okay. That's where we're gonna go with this, Dean is, for me, that's for me. And I think he would say the same. Dean was my very first big match, like the showcase match. Dean, very first match. You know what I'm saying? That was my first, we had practice matches at the class, but like my first match was against Dean Alexander. I've had tag matches with them. We've been on AEW together. That is, that's the Princess Diana to my Charles. I'm going to keep these going.
And it's crazy because in that Nightmare Factory showcase, you guys were the main event.
Yeah.
And like to have that honor, I mean, that goes to show that you've succeeded, and they watched you and said, this is going to be one of our guys.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to feel that, I mean, that has to be awesome. That has to be such an awesome feeling for you.
It's freaking mind blowing. I didn't see this coming, all I did was work. That's all they said was just do the work, right? So me and Dean just did the work to the highest caliber to which we could do it. And for us, it's a slight competition for us, like I'm always like a horse in a race is like, where's Dean? Like, oh, Dean did a show this weekend, did he? Oh, the roof blew off the place. Did he? He got a big pop, did he? Okay, well, I got something for Dean. You know what I'm saying? So we're always going back and forth and always trying to push the stick forward. It feels good though. Back in the day when we used to watch like all the old YouTube stuff with the wrestlers, all the Attitude Era guys, all the guys in the early 2000s, they all said that that's what they did. They kept trying to outdo each other. They kept trying to push the needle forward, kept trying to see who was going to work harder or who did the best. And that's what we're doing at the factory. It's working.
Oh, yeah. And you guys have so many people there that can help you guys. And, like you said earlier, we got Christian in AEW, Matt Hardy's there, Chris Jericho, one of the forefronts. I mean, you guys got so much there as far as coaching goes. Christopher Daniels, like, dude, sky's the limit for all you guys for sure.
Yeah. I hate to say it, dude, but QT freaking Marshall, that guy is
very underrated.
Not even if there's something bigger and better than underrated to make you seem like you're much better than, what I'm saying? Like QT is probably the best wrestler I've ever seen with my own two eyes. Like, oh yeah. And I'm talking like for what he can do. We're not, what I'm saying? Like just knowing how to think in a wrestling ring, knowing how to train. It's a different, you understand things at a different level when you're training them. You know what I'm saying? Like coaches are just different levels of people, that man. Dude, man's a good. He can go. He's a shitbird of a person, but he's great. That has everything to do with him kicking me in the face on live television. But hey, where we are.
Dude, I only seen him back when he was in Ring of Honor with Artie Evans, which was so cool. I mean, because he stood out, man, muscular dude, like and then ever since he's been in AEW, just kills it.
Different animal now, and I say it, but like I think 2021 QT is scary. All the Dustin Natural Nightmares QT, that was fun, but I think he's a different kind of animal now that he's focused. He's got killers around him. You know what I'm saying? One with other sharks, a lot more dangerous.
Oh yeah, and then he's got guys in his back corner, Nick Camarado, Aaron Solo, who I think is an underrated guy as well.
Yeah,
you said what's that?
I hate that guy too. all those guys was my boys, and all those guys punched me in the mouth on live television.
Yeah, we don't do that, man.
Don't do that, bro. A whole thing, man.
Well, you and Dean seem like you guys are not going either way. You guys are doing your own thing. So
so that seemed like the smart thing to do. Now I've leaned toward Team Cody, but I'm gonna let him handle that. I was out there, me and Vivian flag waving and stuff. Past that, like you got it, dude. Those hands hurt, man.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, obviously getting popped in the mouth, you're gonna go towards the other way for sure.
Oh yeah. Screw those guys. We all stand there, we're all buddy. Next thing you know, Camarado's kicking me in the face and kicking me out the ring. Do you know what it looks like to have an angry Camarado coming at you? It's terrifying.
I bet, man. He seems scary. So
scary guy.
So you use this move called the Topanga Driver, right? So were you a big fan of Boy Meets World? Was that your favorite show, or did you just have like this huge crush on Topanga?
I think it might have been both. Who didn't love Topanga? It just fits. I'm freaking. Topanga Driver just fits Carlie Bravo. I love Topanga. Topanga probably loves me.
Hopefully, dude. She loves wrestling, so I mean,
does. And let me tell you something. Topanga sees a guy like me doing a move named the Topanga Driver. Sky's the limit.
You're her new favorite.
I'm instantly. So we're gonna make this happen.
Oh, dude, for sure. We'll tweet her out too. We'll get you.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna shamelessly plug this. We're just going crazy.
Oh, for sure. No, and dude, Boy Meets World, one of the best shows of all time.
Can't go
wrong with it.
Hell yeah.
Like you said, everybody had a crush on Topanga.
I think I might do a move after all the hot 90s chicks. I might just go crazy that way. It might be, Fred, a Hillary Driver. It might be a daggone, Laura Winslow. I don't know. We might just go nuts. Might be a blossom.
You can't forget Kimberly from the Power Rangers, man.
Oh, Kimberly. Yes. Kimberly Cannonball. Something crazy. We're going nuts.
I love it, dude.
Plunge. We're going crazy.
I love it. Yeah, absolutely, man. You can't go wrong with it. Sky's the limit with what you can do, for sure. Now, everybody that I've talked to, and this is a question that I've been recently doing, everybody has a cool hobby or they collect something that stands out to them. Do you have a cool hobby? Do you have something you collect?
I have two things I collect. I collected. I've been slacking, but I collected Funko Pops for a very long time. I have tons of them. I even have my own, which is crazy. I collected Funko Pops, and weirdly enough, I'm gonna go off key. I collect tattoos. I get a lot. Huge tattoo guy, so that's a thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're bad news with tattoos, man. You can't.
Goddamn right, man. Goddamn right.
Oh man, what is the first tattoo you ever got?
My first tattoo was a cross in the military. That's just a cross before I went, typical Marine Corps, got a little cross before I went to war. And then I got a deck of playing cards on my arm. And because I like, taking risks and, betting it all. And then I kind of went nuts. Some would say I went overkill.
I like it, man. I like it. So what can we expect from Carlie Bravo for the rest of 2021?
Things are getting crazy. So we were in chapter 1 with AEW and the factory showcase and everything. What they did was they put a bigger spotlight on me, which is, we all know, I just love that, so now I'm going to go crazy. AEW Dark, the best thing that having me in AEW did for me was that it introduced me to a lot of new friends. It's one thing to see somebody via the internet. It's another thing to be around them and meet them. And I've met so many indie wrestling friends, like guys that are like the shit everywhere, like real wrestlers. Like, I've been going to AEW so long that, you're watching Kenny, you're watching the Lucha Bros. That's cool. For me, what was cool was watching the Trey Lamars, was watching the Kevin Blackwoods and the Danny Garcias, watching Yuta. You get what I'm saying? And I'm up close watching these guys. And then not only you watch them, watching Ricky Shane Page and cool people, the people that you never knew that you wanted to meet, that you see on the indies doing their thing. And now you're like, holy smokes, like, what's up, bro? And then they see you, and it's a whole different ball game, So what's next for Carlie Bravo? Those guys are next for Carlie Bravo. Trevor Ions, the guys all over that are just going nuts. I'm going to go indie crazy. I'm going to go to everybody's town. I'm going to sit in everybody's crowd. And I'm going to punch everybody in the face. And we're going to this, and I'm going to have my camera crew, and we're going to make this the funnest thing indie wrestling has seen in a long time. And Overkill is going to be with me. So my backup is just going to be nuts, like they're going to try and rein me in, but I doubt it's going to work, not with Zicky. Zicky's going to actually promote it. Zicky's all for it, so we're just going to go cause trouble the way that only we can. And it's going to be wonderful.
Oh yeah, man. And just to be a part of that, like all the names you mentioned, Trey Lamar, it was so cool to see him on AEW Dark last night. Dude is just getting started.
Phenomenal.
Young dude, awesome athlete. Kevin Blackwood, like you said, Daniel Garcia,
Killing it, and there's so many, I've met so many people, from this time that are just out there killing it. Me and Darius Carter are going to lock it up one day. I want to knock him down. There's people, I have so much humbling to do, so many people to humble me. It's just going to be a humbling tour.
Oh, man. Darius Lockhart, that would be a cool match to watch. You guys.
Man, that would be an honor. There's so many. I have so much to learn. That's the beautiful thing. I'm so new in my journey, but I can go, so I love the work. I'm not shying away from it. Chip Day told me the best way to learn is actually in the fire, and people know that I want to be in the fire. I want to go, taking an L doesn't mean losing isn't really, it's not a bad, who loses? If I'm in the ring with these guys, I'm winning, I'm learning,
Oh yeah. L stands for learning, not losing. It's learning.
Right. Right.
But yeah, no, man, I'm so excited about your success. I can't wait to see what the future holds for you. Do you want to tell everybody where they can find you at on social media?
You find me everywhere at Carlie Bravo, Carlie. No H, it's not Charlie, it's Carlie Bravo. Anywhere Nightmare Factory is, you'll find me. #ZFG. I'll let you figure out what that one stands for. I mean, we're out here, I'm not hard to find.
Oh man, dude, like I said, sky's the limit for Carlie Bravo. Dude, you, like I said, you were a standout to me since the first moment I seen you, and I know you're gonna fucking kill it, dude.
We're just getting started. We're just getting started.
Absolutely, man. I can't wait, man. Future's gonna be great for you,
brother. Thank you.
Until next time, guys. It's been Carlie Bravo with Matt and friends. You guys have a good one.
My man.